Let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes into this conversation. So Khalif, yesterday we spoke with our election supervisor here in Mecklenburg County. They're preparing to send out a whole slew of ballots tomorrow. So how does this decision impact that?
Michael Dickerson, one of my favorite people to talk to because he never stops with the stories and tells them the process. Election night, he's a handful. He's saying they're ready to go. I mean, everyone has to wait because if they're placed on hold, the judge giving them a 4-hour window to appeal. I mean, and if you listen to that hearing, the attorney made a couple of points. He said they don't have unclean hands. That you have to have clean hands when you're attempting to say, I've done nothing wrong. And so he wasn't attempting to be cute or tongue-in-cheek. That was a legal term of art. Saying that a person doesn't have unclean hands and then you're attempting to stop me from doing what I want to do was his argument was. And the court didn't agree with that, finding that, listen, there are a number of hurdles in place and stopping them from going forward with the ballot, specifically forcing them to redo the ballots, will be cost prohibitive, and this is something that we're not going to see. However, she did give them an opportunity to appeal, but this process will cause a lot of heartaches and a lot of headaches because while you are dealing with this judge's opinion, you're also dealing with the state law that requires that they go out tomorrow. And so this is going to be a butting of the heads, and this is a rare territory for us to be in as a state. We see a lot of things that are new territory. This is extremely new.
All right, so speaking of appeal, Kennedy's legal team has 4 hours to appeal. So, I mean, it just seems like such a tight window. Is this really possible?
It's possible. I mean, because you got to think about it. They're doing this in all these battleground states, so they're not new to this process. In Michigan, they just attempted to do the exact same thing. A judge decided there that no, after their state board of elections said that he would remain on the ballot. They appealed it. The judge denied the entire request. So they're mounting these efforts in multiple states. RFK Jr., if his attorneys are anything like I would be, I would go into that hearing recognizing that there is a potential, obviously 50-50, that this judge could rule against me. So I'm already having my team and myself preparing an appeal, ready to go for the next process. This isn't a criminal appeal. Those type of appeals, you want a new set of eyes. But when you're doing something civil like this and you know your argument's there and you think the judge just got it wrong, right, you're going to have an appeal ready to go and you're going to be stating the same argument. So I would assume that 4 days is clearly enough time, 4 hours I should say, is clearly enough time because they already went with having it in the background ready to go.
Especially when you have a team ready to go for something like this. But RFK, you know, he's endorsed Trump and he's hoping that his voters are going to shift to the right side and vote for Trump. So specifically, I mean, North Carolina is front and center in all of this because he is trying to take his name off the ballot in a lot of these swing states for that to happen, for voters to vote for Trump. So do you think, though, that if he stays on the ballot, if he doesn't win this, that this is enough to impact election results?
We're talking about the smallest of margins, right? But North Carolina is one of the races that President Trump would need to win, former President Trump would need to win if he's going to win another election. And so, when President Obama won, it was less than a percentage point. When President Biden won, it was 1 percentage point. So we're talking about a margin of less than a percentage point. So yes, his votes would help 100%. And that's why they've recognized in states like here, like in Michigan, and in Pennsylvania, and anywhere else that his name is still on the ballot, they want to remove it because if you can, those votes shift to Trump. And then yes, it could decide a race. And if it decides a race in the state, it decides the presidency. North Carolina is extremely important.
Khalif Rhodes, thank you so much for your insight as always.